solve this quadratic equation using the quadratic formula, which is listed over here on the right, is that we need to put it in this form, this ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And most importantly is we need to solve this quadratic equation for 0. And so up over here on the left, what we're going to do is first subtract 7x from both sides, and then add 2 to both sides to zero out this right side. And when we do that, what we get is this equation right here. And then we just need to identify a, b, and c, our coefficients here. So our lead coefficient a is 5. The linear coefficient is -7, so that's b. And then our constant coefficient is 2. So that's our c value. And then what we need to do is just plug these values into our quadratic formula. So we have x equals -b. So b is -7, so that would be a +7, plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 49, minus 4 times a, which is 5, times c, which is 2. All over 2 times our a value, which is 2 times 5. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is simplify the stuff onto the radical. So we get up here, by the way, is 49 minus 40. So we get the square root of 9 over 10. And then continuing to simplify this expression, square root of 9 is just 3. So this would be x equals 7 plus or minus 3 over 10. Okay, and then, so since this radical part simplified down just to a number, because the 9 was a perfect square, we need to evaluate our two answers that we have here. One is 7 plus 3 divided by 10, and the other is 7 minus 3 divided by 10. So we'll do the addition. So 7 plus 3 over 10, just 10 over 10, which is 1. And then we got 7 minus 3 over 10, which is 4 over 10, which reduces down to 2/5. So our two answers that we have are x equals 2/5 and 1. So just in quick review of that process. So we were given a quadratic equation that wasn't set equal to 0. So our first step was to set it equal to 0, which we did right here. And then we plugged our values into the quadratic formula after we identified our a, b, and c values, which are just the coefficients. Again, these are numbers. These are the coefficients of this expression. There's no x's involved in that. And then we plug those numbers into our quadratic formula, and then after that, the work is just simplifying things down. And again, in this case, we got specific rational numbers, and that was because the square root part right here simplified down into a specific number 3. I mean, at that point, we wouldn't leave the reader with just this statement right here. We go do the work of actually evaluating what these two numbers are.